Petrol Pass truck stop in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Just had some nice Greek salad with grilled chicken, some coffee, and I'm heading north towards Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I see right in front of me is the typical truck for the local parts B-train. 2 axles in the back, 3 in the middle, and then 3-axle truck. Oh, one thing I wanted to say is that I just checked my email. The restaurant had free Wi-Fi. Love that. I think Wi-Fi should be free always for customers, you know, in a coffee shop or restaurant, or whenever you pay for service, it should be free, like the TVs they put in the bar, right? Anyway, some interesting results are back from the salespeople. I wrote about my confusion about the specs, and the most interesting I find is the Freightliner guy, because I asked him about the spec for this run to Labrador, and everybody knows, like from Canada, that over there it's a very hilly terrain. And this guy asked me, he said, is this gonna be all pavement, or some of it is gonna be on just dirt roads? And I asked him why is that important, and he said, if you're gonna do lots of driving on unpaved roads and rough roads, it's best to have a 46,000 tandem. So I didn't even realize that tandem was not just for weight, but for rough roads as well. So that's great. I learned something, you know, that it's always, you see, it's always good to ask questions. And then another thing he recommended, because it's a harsh climate over there, he said the alternator should be at least 180 amps, right? And then he suggested a moose bumper. And what else?
After 300 meters, turn left.
Oh yeah, he said 550 horsepower DD15, 1850 torque. And I said, well, from what I know, they're no longer available. To get 1850 torque, you need to go to DD16.
Highway 2, Main Street North.
So let's hear what he, let's see what he says, because I sent him this email. And then another thing, the international guy said
Highway 2, Main Street North, for 51 kilometers.
Said the engine, he said, because they only offer Cummins, right, in that kind of torque. He says 1850 torque, 500 horsepower Cummins will be more than enough. And he says, because you're not going to do those loads all the time, so he says 358 axle ratio for better fuel economy and fast acceleration. And then 46 rears if you need permit hauling, if you're going to be hauling with permits, and that's what I'm going to be doing, right? And I asked him about the front axle, and he said, yeah, for sure, you have to put in 14,000 on the front, especially with a setback axle truck like a Paystar. I guess, you know, with a regular classic truck where the axle is set forward, you can get away with the regular axle, but when it's closer to the back, setback, that's when you need highly stronger rating. I'm leaving Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. There was a Flying J. Just grabbed some coffee, put some windshield wash in my windshield wash a fluid tank, then get some just basic water, filled up the rest. You get a lot, you know, I love summer because of this. I mean, when it's warm, you don't have to buy specialized fluids, you just can use the regular water. But I bought something last time, so now I have 50% wash, 50% water. Actually, that's not correct because I couldn't find water. I just took that liquid from the pail, you know, where they have these big brushes to scrape your window. I think it did have something like something bluish. Yeah, I'm just trying to get back to Highway 16, which is a freeway leading northwest. Oh, I just why I started recording this is because I saw a 3-axle step deck, 53 feet long, just exactly like the one I'm getting. This was a Wilson, a much weaker trailer than what I'm getting. I'm getting a heavy-duty 3-axle, right? And I saw they had the Manitoba plates. And I'm always curious to talk to these guys, you know, that drive through Canada. So I said, do you guys use heavier axles on the truck here when you pull such a 3-axle trailer? And I had to repeat my question twice because they couldn't understand what I was talking about. No, I said, do you put 12,000 on the front, 40 on the rears, or do you put something heavier like 14,000 or 16,000 or 20,000? But I saw there was their truck was a highway truck, just like mine, with a sleeper, and that's what I'm interested in. You know, like for the highway operation, not local, not regional, but for the operation where you you know, travel a lot of miles in a day. Because of course those big wide tires, they create lots of friction, and you probably use, you know, in fuel mileage. So that's why you don't see too many 20K tires on line haul trucks. But what this guy said was interesting. He said, now Alberta and all these western provinces, they allow 6,000 kgs on the front axle. 6,000 kilograms. Yeah, I have to change lanes because the angle there was too sharp. I would hit it with my trailer wheels. You know, you get a sense of that with the experience. So I knew or I would have to dip the nose of my truck into this lane and then hit someone. Anyway, so this guy said, yeah, he just got this truck and he just went one step beyond the 6,000 kg limit. And 1,000 kgs is 2,200 pounds. So 22 times 6 is what? So it's, yeah, 13,200. Yeah, basically the next step up after 12,000. So that's what most guys here do. And the next one after that probably would be 14,000. That's the same axle as what International puts, like the biggest axle you can put on the front of your truck with when you get the International, you know, Lone Star, Pro Star, whatever. They don't use anything bigger. And Freightliner, the biggest those guys use on a Coronado or Cascade is 14.6. So I'm learning something new every day, you know, especially it's useful when you talk to guys that actually operate the equipment that I plan to operate, you know. Like in Russia we have a saying which can be translated as язык до Киева доведет, which means your tongue can lead you all the way to Kiev. And of course Kiev is the capital city of Ukraine. So what they mean is that when you know how to talk and ask questions, you can get anywhere geographically to any town, or you can find out something useful that you want to know. So just keep asking questions, you know, especially the right ones. Check out the speed limit, 110 kilometers an hour, 68 miles per hour. Well, I'm in Lloydminster, Alberta, at the Husky truck stop. Check out this truck on my right. Really a rare occurrence when you see a Western Star with a flat top sleeper. Looks like a 56 or maybe even 48 inch. Nice painted tanks, you know, and it's pulling a tanker, 3-axle tanker. Oh, this one even has modern mirrors. Yeah, aerodynamic mirrors. So that truck is probably not that old. Some B train is pulling out here. On the other side, there's that Coronado, right? That a lot of people like. But I look at it, I don't know. I don't see, you know, the appeal. Okay, good mirrors, but it looks ugly. I don't know, especially with a big sleeper like that and small wheels like this guy probably put in, like low profile tires. Check out the bumper. It's kind of like, I don't know, looks like the truck is not finished, you know, like the designers started doing something and then they just stopped, you know. Maybe they ran out of steam. I see Volvos, I see Kenworth, next to me is a Freightliner Classic. Over there we have what Peterbilt, and we have another Freightliner, and a Mack. So, oh, there's another flat top sleeper truck coming in, Kenworth. Of course, these flat top sleepers, they don't make any sense when you're pulling a tow trailer like that one. Like this guy is just losing, you know, burning a ton of fuel just to move that part of the trailer through the air. Wow. Loud pipes. I like it when they have tanks painted the same color as the cab. It looks really cool. I'm at a good location here, so I'm sitting right at the entrance or exit. So hopefully I'll see a good, lots of interesting trucks here. And I'm about 5.5 hours away from my destination. I still have to drive just slightly west and then north towards Fort McMurray. Probably will be there tomorrow around lunchtime sometime. No one called me today. No one is bothering me, so I'm just choosing my own delivery time. I'm at the small international trucks dealer in Lloyd, Alberta, and they have about what 5 trucks here. But the most amazing and unusual is this one. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? because according to my international salesman from Cambridge, Ontario, these trucks are not supposed to exist. Now this truck might look like my international 9400, 9400, but it's actually a model called Paystar, and it's a construction truck. And the beauty about this one is that you can spec any kind of axles on it. You know, you can put up to 20,000 in the front, up to 46 in the rear. And the difference in the design is that it comes with these cowl-mounted air cleaners and the side dual exhaust. And I got interested in this model because of the axles, right? And it comes with either Cummins or Max Force. This one has a Max Force engine. So I asked, oh, and the international website says that you can get this truck with a small sleeper. It was 50 something, I don't remember the size, either 56 or 58. And so I asked my salesman about this, and he checked back with me a couple of days later, and he said no, then they don't make them anymore. So what we're saying here, it's a brand new truck. I'm sure of it, because the tires are new and the truck looks new, but it's pretty much like the same as mine, only it has heavier axles, I think. It's probably 46 in the rear. Yeah, look at this thing. This is huge. So, and then I looked up this dealer on the internationaltrucks.com and click on the inventory, and they call this truck day cab. Day cab, and the engine is Max Force 15. And I'm like, what the heck? How can it be 15? I thought they didn't make 15. Like, they used for the 15, they used, like, for a 15 liter, they used the Cummins. And inside it looks just like a regular international with a eagle trim. See that that wood interior and white bezels on gauges. So, and they put this fender, you see here, kind of like a construction fender. So interesting, you know. You start walking around your the area where your truck is parked, and you can see lots of interesting things. Trucks that don't exist, you know, with engines that are not supposed to exist. And the best part is that they call them day cabs, you know, I guess to further confuse people. So something is going on with international trucks, you know, like their website shows totally irrelevant information. There are lots of trucks that have dated engines, and actually, speaking about this engine, I looked up on the web, and yeah, International did make Max Force 15, but they discontinued that engine in December 2012, and now it's already May 13. So I'm guessing that this truck was built when Max Force 15 was, of course, still in production. So this should have been sitting here for at least a year. Weird. And my truck is parked over there at Husky's truck stop. Here's a view of the trucks that are passing by. I used to carry these things. They pay pretty well. I think in Texas there's a whole bunch of dealers that make these little, you know, trailers for pickup trucks. And I remember picking up a load like that, a full trailer, like 53-foot trailer, step deck, and I took it to Windsor, Ontario. Lots of pickup trucks here with very loud exhaust, so pickup truck fans would love it. A lot of classic trucks. As always in Western Canada, I don't know. People don't care too much about fuel economy, and fuel here is not exactly cheap. Well, cheaper than in Australia for sure, but more expensive than in Ontario. I see a Western Star. I cannot miss that one. It's another tanker. Western Star 4900. Set forward axle. And that's another Western Star. What is this? Mac. 2-axle flatbed. Okay, one less truck. Peterbilt pulling double tanker trailer. Nice tanks. And that's it for today. No more trucks.